All right, guys, we're here to talk about the top five greatest WWE matches of 2025. If you guys haven't checked it out already, make sure to go on my channel because I had put out a video talking about the top five worst matches, in my opinion, of 2025. We break down some of the most horrendous matches of this year. You can check it out. I think it's a 20-minute video, really lays into it. But this one, I'm excited to talk about this one because this is what we're here for. We want to see great wrestling, and although this year has been underwhelming in terms of storyline payoff, there still has been great wrestling. I will give them that. It's like this roster they have is one of the greatest rosters. I mean, in a long time. Like you look at back in 20, I want to say 2014, 2015. They had a stacked roster back then as well. They had guys like Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn coming up from NXT. John Cena was doing the Open Challenge. I mean, there was a lot of great wrestlers back then. AJ Styles was debuting, and now we look at the roster today. We have a lot of NXT talent, and we have a lot of new talent making their way up. And I think as we head into next year, we're going to see a lot of amazing matches. But if I was going to bring it to top five for this year, here is my breakdown. Number five on the list of the fifth best match this year has to go to John Cena versus AJ Styles. You guys know this one at Crown Jewel in Perth. Man, I remember watching this match. I think it was early in the morning, and it was beautiful. It was getting to see first of all the entrance. That was incredible. I know Cena did not get permission, but the fans loved it. AJ loved it, announcing him the way he did, and then leading into that match, like they started off and they started to hit finishers of the rivals that they've had the honor of being in the ring with, one after the other, and you could also see like one after the other, they were going for a certain feeling in this match that was different from every other match. And they later described it as writing a love letter to wrestling. And that's what it felt like. It was a farewell chapter between both of these legends. And it was emotional. And you know what? This felt fitting for a Cena retirement tour. Like this kind of match, it felt fitting. I believe this was one of those matches that, I mean, if this was the final match of Cena's run, like let's say if it wasn't Gunther, if it was AJ, and this is what they did, I mean, that would have been amazing. I liked what they did with Gunther. However, this could have had a different effect, and maybe you could have had Cena go over in this match. It would have been nice. It would have been amazing. So I really love this match. I put that as number five on my list. Number four, you guys may not remember this one, but this one was brutal. This one was really, really just catastrophic, and I loved every second of it. It was the Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens ladder match that they had at the Rumble. Okay, again, we forget about this because of the entire year we had a lot of these suboptimal PLEs, but you got to remember the Rumble and Elimination Chamber, those two, I mean, you could rival each one for greatest PLE of 2025 because every other one after that was kind of, either middle of the road or was just not good. But this match on this show, oh man, it was brutal. There were so many, there were spots where, Cody Rhodes, I think, Kevin Owens hit a fisherman's buster from the top rope onto the ladder, and Cody bounced up. It looked devastating. And then they ended the match with the Alabama Slam from the table, announce table, onto the ladder, and Kevin Owens looked like he died. Came up bleeding, he looked like he died. It was incredible to see that match. It showed Cody's grit, it showed Owens' viciousness, and it was what that card needed. I love that match, and I think Cody always brings his best out when he has guys like Kevin Owens, like those kind of heels, similar to Drew McIntyre, that really push his buttons. They really gaslight him into thinking one thing, and complaining about something and suggesting they're right, and they do it so well. And I just feel like their chemistry is amazing. So I love this match. I put it number 4 on my list. Number 3 is the Rhea Ripley versus Iyo Sky versus Bianca Belair. This was the triple threat that opened night 2 of WrestleMania. And, dude, I'm going to say this. I felt as if that was the main event for night 2. Okay? That was the main event for night 2. The main event we got for night 2 did not feel like a main event. This match, it was nonstop. They had a lot of insane spots, but I love the fact that they used this as the opening because it set the tone like for the rest of the show. Unfortunately, it didn't live up to it, but they started off hot, and the show couldn't compete with that incredible match. But let's just say if they had this on last, maybe there would have been a different taste, a different feeling in people's mouths having this kind of match close the show, because these 3 women did outstanding. I mean, I think this was the last time we saw Belair. I can't remember if she was back after, because I know she was out for an injury, which she's still not back yet. But we hope to see her maybe at the Rumble next year, make a return, hopefully. But this was incredible. I love the match. I love the women having the spotlight here. Iyo Sky is an incredible wrestler. Rhea Ripley is an incredible wrestler. Bianca's an incredible wrestler. When you have 3 women who I would say, like, they are like the 3 like faces of the women's division. When you think about it, like really, like they've had, especially Rhea, like they're up there, and you're having them in the prime of their life be at WrestleMania wrestling against each other. It was incredible. I loved it. Again, if this was the main event, people might have left the show feeling a little bit different. I know with the Cena and Cody match that we had, it left people thinking like, what the hell is this? What kind of main event was that? So the women certainly, like, if you still think today that, the women cannot main event a show, just watch this match here. Okay? You'll see, like, compare this to what the main event was, and you'll see, like, this match could have main evented the show, could have closed the show. Now we go to second, top 2. Second best match of the year, my opinion, CM Punk versus Gunther at SummerSlam 2025. This was probably his most physical match in his second run. CM Punk has been back. He's fought, quite a few different people. He's had matches with Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, but Gunther is a guy who he's not wrestled with before, not even during his first run, because Gunther wasn't here at the time. And I think this match, because I love the brute strength of Gunther. I love the way that he's just in your face style. Like, he's not flashy. He's just there. He's there to beat you down. And I think we haven't had a wrestler like that in a long time. So to see him go up against CM Punk, who I would say very much so, like, he's not, like, CM Punk is not the most flashiest wrestler. He's not a Jey Uso type character. So it felt like a physical brawl. I really like that. And they also had blood in this match, which added to the effect. What was unique about this one was when CM Punk won the title, and you see the camera zoom in on him, and then Seth Rollins' music hits. The camera started shaking, and you saw Seth come out. Now, we knew this was going to happen, but the way it was executed, incredible. This is what WWE does. Their mission is to execute these angles, execute these transitions the right way, and that's what they did. Seth Rollins comes out. He's on his crutches. He's like, you wait, okay? Just remember, I'm still Money in the Bank, okay? You remember. As he's walking back, Paul Heyman steps aside. Seth Rollins stands up, takes the crutches, drops them. The crowd goes bananas. Turns around, takes off the brace, throws it off. The knee is good, takes the briefcase, and there you go. The rest is history. He wins the world title. And that was epic. That was epic. That was night 1. I loved it. I loved seeing it. And I put that as number 2 on my list. Now, again, number 1. Again, there's a lot of options here. You could have put a lot of different matches here as number one, but because I'm somebody who I really like storyline. Like I love story, and I want to see story play out. I want to see there to be a payoff to a story at a big stage. And WrestleMania 41, the night one main event, we had CM Punk, Roman Reigns, and Seth Rollins triple threat match. I put this as number one for me. First of all, I think out of the entire card, this was the true WrestleMania main event. Forget the two nights, okay? This was the main event. Like this was a WrestleMania main event. The stories throughout this match, you had character development, and the stories over years played out here. I mean, you had Punk's return. It collided with Roman's dominance. It collided with Seth's legacy. Punk was the guy that brought the Shield in. Remember that, 2013. Punk had issues with Roman because of Paul Heyman. Roman has issues with Seth because of the Shield, and Seth has issues with Punk ever since he came back. It's all tied together, and the story, like there was a legit story going to this into this feud matchup, and that is Roman lost everything except for his wise man, but he's also now on Punk's side. So now the question becomes, like, where does Paul Heyman's allegiance lie here? Is he going to stick with Punk? Is he going to go with Roman? Is he going to go with Seth? A lot of people said Seth, but we didn't see that playing out. Like, we thought maybe he would turn on Punk and go back to Roman, or maybe he would turn on Roman and stick with Punk. Something of that nature. We weren't sure. But when they did the turn, they did Paul screws Punk, and then Paul screws Roman. And that was this, like, gotcha moment. And I was ecstatic. I was like, this is amazing. And again, it's a storyline payoff, because the purpose here was we want to take Heyman and, like, we want to take everything away from Roman, so he has to build it up again. Okay, we want to have CM Punk go into a different feud, but we want Heyman to align with Seth to create this new group of these younger talent. So there was a storyline payoff. Now, whether or not you felt as if the vision has done what it needs to do, that's a different story. But again, as I said, I like the story coming in. I like the story going out. I felt like this was the true WrestleMania main event, not the Cody and Cena match that we had. That should have been the main event, but unfortunately it didn't feel like it. So if I was going to rank it, I would say that this is my top 5. And again, you could state your own opinion, but I just feel like the stories going into some of these matches, like the Cena and AJ Styles match, like the story they played throughout the match, the Cody and Kevin Owens, like the visceral hate for each other, the CM Punk and Gunther, and the Punk and Roman and Seth. The reason why a lot of these matches were great is because they told a story throughout, and they had a story coming into this. That's the key right there. When you don't have a story, there's a lot on the line, because you have to have a great wrestling match, and a lot of times when that doesn't play out, you think it was terrible. So if you have a great story coming into it, you're already at an advantage, and that's the whole purpose of it. We want the story to make sense before the wrestling comes into play. So that's my opinion. I'd love to hear what you guys think, what you feel would be your top 5 list of best matches of 2025 here in WWE. Make sure you drop them in the comments below. Let me know. I'd love to see them, comment, and be able to share with you as well. But that is my list. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the video, if you've been enjoying the videos recently, make sure to subscribe, make sure to hit the notification bell, and I will see you guys in the next video. Until then, take care.